Phoenix1 has no need to disrupt the bans at all because Malzahar is such a power pick. They probably already have their first pick decided. So where do they really create their flexibility? Or do they actually just think that all they have to do is execute? That'll be crazy.
Well, kind of the big question coming into this series has to be who can slow down Inori. Echofox are going to try with 2 jungle bans here. Hecarim and Rek'Sai taken out. Karma also taken off, so big adjustments now for Echofox.
Yep.
Moving into this 3rd game. P1 though, sticking to the plan.
Yeah, no Shen ban so far. Do we see the Victor ban? Hey. Stick to the plan. So now it's about, do they ban Malzahar? And does Phoenix1 switch up their top lane choice and go from Rumble to Shen? Since that's something that Echofox has banned in every game of the promotion tournament thus far.
Yeah, well, there's Malzahar again. Ooh, GP up as well. The other big one. Dig actually locks it in.
Yeah, so that's something they definitely want to do a lot of, clearly. And it's also something KFO doesn't seem to be that confident against innately. That's why they have gone into the series with that being banned. Gangplank has really risen in popularity, especially in Korea and some of the leagues that aren't the North American LCS. Also, I'm curious to see if they take Gragas here, because it's not something Inori played much of in the regular season, but he's still a pretty versatile player. Looks like Echofox is going to be able to grab it.
Yep, I like the sivir pick there actually for P1. So if Echofox do want that Gragas, like you said, they do have the option here. Zig also a well-known gangplank player, I believe, so a comfort pick for him to add into all of that, even though I think it is a strong top lane pick as well. Malzahar makes sense here for Echofox. That was no surprise. I think Froggen's been playing well on the pick. The pick is strong. It's what else do they change? Because they've already adjusted some bans. Something else needs to kind of give here hard. I think going back to Gragas could be fine here if he does want to take it again, but some of the issue might, again, for Hard, I feel like it's not been the champion. It's been more of his play, and he did play up a bit more in game 2.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe they want to even wait a little bit on their jungle pick. It's so hard for him not to fall behind Inori in pressure. That is the biggest thing. His early jungle pathing, you would want him on something that could farm harder, but they were the ones who banned Rek'Sai. They weren't willing to first pick the Rek'Sai. That might have actually been a cooler choice, but they still get one of the power pick junglers, and they give KFO a pretty good laning champion who could potentially get ahead of Zid.
I've seen a bit of this, but again, Echofox going to show their solo lane is very early in the draft. Yeah. It does give Pirean a potential counter pick, but he kind of knew his matchup already. I guess Echofox just saying we don't want to give too much away. We already know one of your solo laners, and you know one of ours, so we're not too disappointed how that works out. We'll see what P1 do opt in. Does Pirean go back to something like taliyah? Does he have yet another pick to play against the Malzahar? And of course, what does Inori play? Elise is the answer here.
Yeah, so expect a lot of early ganks from Inori, and most likely that proto belt build, because one of his biggest assets is his ability to get ahead and farm and then have kill threat 1v1 on a lot of solo laners or AD carries, which he can do with Elise. It's not going to be as easy as it was with Rek'Sai, though.
Certainly a champion that does suit Inori. So I like the pickup here, kind of sticking to his aggression that I think he's almost become famous for, honestly, ever since he was able to join the North American LCS.
Yeah, we'll also have to note, though, that that does push Gate to braum, so he's not able to play one of those ranged supports since Phoenix1 with the gangplank top and the Elise jungle really need a tank in their team, but braum is right there for the taking, so not really an issue for them.
So Big is going to go back to Soraka. Keith on Lucian once again. Certainly, like all of these picks, Big has had some trouble not getting killed because Soraka's kind of squishy. See if P1 maybe look to pick on that again. We saw what happened with the Varus versus Soraka. Yeah. Pirean picked that in game 1. Maybe Pirean, though, just feels like, you know what, I'm comfortable in this matchup, I'll take taliyah again.
Woo. And they take that global pressure to the next level. Not only do they have the taliyah in the mid lane now that can help out, it's going to be the gangplank ultimate on top of it. That'll make Keith and Big in the bottom lane very scared, because that's a lot of solo lane help that can be offered by Phoenix1 for that lane. And once again, Echofox make a single change in their draft. They have 4 clone champions from game 2. The main difference here is that Gnar is out, Irelia is in.
And you know, that does suit KFO. Is more of a carry style player, likes to split push. Irelia is going to give him more of that, or without going so far as to play something like Fiora, which is another big champion for him. It's not like Zig isn't on a carry though. Gangplank is a big threat, especially once the late game rolls around. P1 again, showing not too much difference here. They're up 2 games, so there's no real reason for them to show off too much. Kind of curious to see how these team comps work out though, because P1 look a little squishy on one end, but certainly the damage to back it up.
I think they're very squishy. It was mainly Phoenix1 reacting to Echo Fox's change up in the bands. They said, hey, a power champion is on the board. We really want this gangplank. Let's make sure we can grab it. And they're 1 win away from securing their spot in next split's LCS.
Well, Zig's going to have to deliver. We'll see if he can. We are, of course, staying on top of the fan vote, though, so don't forget to make your voice heard out there on Twitter. Vote using the hashtag P1Win or the hashtag FOXWin to cheer your team onto victory in Game 3. Will it be P1 claiming their spot back into the North American LCS, or are Echo Fox going to finally find some momentum? Will we have a series? They kind of need to win this game to make it. In fact, they need to win 3 straight if they are going to make it back. Do have a second chance, but no one likes that story.
Yeah.
Echo Fox playing to win here.
No one's like, okay, well, maybe we can get in tomorrow. We do have to keep in mind, though, that even if Echo Fox loses, they still have a chance to make it into the LCS. So will the loser of the Cloud9 Challenger and Energy Series, which is going on over on the other stream right now. So this is really an opportunity for the teams here to just make it safe. Don't need to deal with the double elimination. Never have to be in real threat of getting out of the LCS. Just make it in. For Phoenix1, they're 2 games up. They just have to secure it.
Yeah, they just need 1 more. And you know what? Might as well take this one. Go home early.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
That'll be nice.
Certainly would. We'll see if Echo Fox can stop them, though, because it is last chance in this series, at least, as they're down 0-2 here, looking for that reverse sweep. Gate and Mash. Oh, no cheeky sweeper this time, Mash. Doesn't get himself a spare CS with that Trinket Ward. I think he's regretting it now. He really wanted...
It's like, man, I could have just done it again. I thought they were going to change it up. One thing, though, is Echo Fox placed their ward a little bit farther back, so it would have been pretty dangerous for Mash to walk in there with a sweeper. Maybe we end up seeing lane swaps as well.
Yeah, that seems to be the adaptation here. Mash and Gate already booking it towards the top lane. We've got Zig hugging Inori there in the jungle. And I wonder if Echo Fox wants to move, although by the looks of things, they are going to keep their dual lane bottom side. So another lane swap, much like the start of Game 1.
Echo Fox would really have loved to match lanes here. They could have a pressure advantage on the braum sivir lane, as well as have some really good pressure on Zig's gangplank. Instead, it's in a lane swap, which, surprisingly, the first 12 minutes of the game, Echo Fox would have had an opportunity to kind of open up a big lead. But now, even in the lane swap, they run the risk of Inori making some clever plays with Elise, and the solo lanes should still be able to do pretty well for a Phoenix1. So, getting the swap, definitely favorable for Phoenix1.
Yep. 2-man invade actually from P1, but they pretty much just got info and then had to back out. They're going to start their push a little late on this wave, and Inori also didn't get extra help from Zig, so tank maybe a little too much damage, but should be A-okay. Big just pops his head in to check out what's happening there on the blue. P1 do end up starting on their weak side of the jungle, which is kind of nice for them, but Hards looks like he's able to take his blue buff away, so not too much lost here. Jungle is actually going to jungle horizontally, which is a bit unusual for a lane swap, but again, kind of just how the level 1 worked out blind.
Yeah, they're able to start on their weak side and still probably make it in there. A little bit dicey, though, actually, for Hard with the way he's jungle pathed. It's really unfortunate to see that even from the very beginning of a game, in a jungle path, which can usually be game planned, Inori is almost always getting an edge. He's had a very clean path. He was able to take the entire side of his blue jungle, transition to his red jungle, whereas a little bit of harass from Gate pushed Hard all the way over to Raptors. Then he's doubled back to go for blue. Now he's slowly going for red. So Inori already ahead of Hard once again.
You talked about jungle flow in the last game there with Rek'Sai. It feels like Inori is just so much smoother in the series so far. Looks like the tower's starting to fall though. There's one. KFO going to pick up first blood on the turrets. Zig soon to answer though, as both those top laners, I believe, did collect their respective local gold. Zig had to burn his teleport to get up to that top lane, so a very slight change there. But all in all, it should be pretty standard stuff for these top laners, and soraka's already making her way to the top lane for Echo Fox, so standard lane swap here is Hard. Gonna try and take down this Scuttle Crab that is currently looking out onto that Cloud Drake. We saw P1 get a huge Cloud Drake advantage in Game 2. We'll see if Echo Fox are maybe a bit better on the Dragon control, much like they were in Game 1.
Yeah, and much like they were on Thursday in their series against Team Liquid Academy, they had tremendous Drake control. But a lot of that gets taken away when the enemy jungler is always 40 CS up on yours and able to control with vision. Here you can see Hard already a little bit risky. If that Gromp would have been checked by Mash, he would have been pushed off, but it was not, and Mash is able to get back into the wave. KFO gets to recall, and Hard gets to continue his counter jungling, although he's in a dangerous little area right there, but he should be fine.
Yep, not spotted, thankfully. Some wards there for Echo Fox as well. giving Hard some decent info. He's going to take the wolf camp. I mean, Inori is also doing the same thing. So nice read, I'll say, from both junglers. And it looks like he might be waiting for level 2 KFO to pop his head in, although Inori now actually going to get the wave started here in top lane. KFO will avoid potential disaster, but Phoenix1 are going to try and deny these creeps into this tier 2 turret.
Yeah, the dive isn't quite prepped yet, so KFO can get a whole bunch of CS. Zig stuck around to shove that in, which is good for them to secure farm for Phoenix1. The question will be whether or not these waves freeze or bounce on the side, because it could technically be an opportunity for Echo Fox to starve Zig out of a little bit of farm. He did shove in on one side, but the wave actually doesn't look to be freezing over on this side. Might.
I misspoke a little as well. We actually don't have a standard lane salt. We have slight variation here with kind of one long lane and one short lane. Looks like Echo Fox's duo lane will get the short lane here in bottom, and Zig is going to get the one there. So even though the wave's down there now, Zig's going to have a real fun time farming once it eventually reaches back there. Yeah,
lane swaps like this happen when a team isn't willing to take the investment to really force standard lanes, but they still want standard lanes. So Echo Fox are the ones that don't swap back for the eventual turret trade, and they get to put Keith and Big up against Mash and Gate, and that will also isolate KFO with Zig, but they're more dangerous lanes now because the lanes that you're in will not have turrets to protect you.
Yeah, and Inori, you can see, is actually on the bottom side of the map. So an early ping onto Cloud Drake for P1. I think they were thinking about it after the shove into the top lane tier 2, but as it stands, Hard actually maybe looking for the first gank of this game. Froggen with the ultimate ready. This could be a pretty easy one as Hard going to clear that pink ward out. Pirean should play a little more carefully now that he knows.
Yeah, they even have 2 pink wards set up to stop this one. So they are respecting the gank, but how much can you really do? Hard is way over on the side.
Not enough there. Exhaust from Pirean actually will save him. Does have to burn the summoner. Froggen burns his ghost and his ulti there.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where you would expect the jungler to just run straight through. They technically kill the second pink ward, but a big miscommunication. Either Hard told them he was coming or Froggen had gone way before Hard was ready for it. Either way, it wasn't synced up. The ult alone doesn't really do much to Pirean. Now they lose gank threat.
And Inori was threatening that bottom lane as well. In fact, P1, knowing that they've pushed Hard maybe back a little bit, could at least secure some vision around this Drake. Do have control right now, but no extra wards to put down, and good little flanking pink wards there for Echo Fox. Do give them decent vision of the entrances, so more vision coming down. And Inori's actually going to proc that Raptor Sense and clear out the green ward that was just placed for Echo Fox, but Big going to keep Hard nice and healthy. Mash, I think, aware of potential gank because his lane's nice and long, but Pirean's just playing back up again. A Froggen goes straight back into the shove. Inori's here as well. Froggen no passive. That should be first blood, and it does! It goes to Gate.
Woo! Froggen didn't want to use his flash because he could always be flash followed, or he wanted for the cocoon, so Gate was just kind of throwing that out, saying like, please flash, please flash. Instead, a bunch of gold goes over to Gate. Not the worst thing. It is a great start for Phoenix1 in a game that could put them back into the LCS.
And now they may be looking for more, actually, as they threaten the bottom lane. Keith gonna have to be careful. Big gonna have to be especially careful as Winter's Bite goes wide there. Gate not quite locking that down on Keith.
And this is another situation. We were in this situation last game where they could have done the 4-man taliyah gank down bottom, but because Echo Fox was so far back, they don't necessarily pull the trigger on that one. They could still go at any moment, but that's basically going to give them the turret.
Yeah, Big does have his ulti, but is forced back there after KFO's good bit of pressure. Flashes out of the way as well, as Phoenix1 looking to take now another turret trade here. KFO probably can't answer, so this should be a freebie for Phoenix1.
Exactly. Best start Phoenix1 has had yet this series, which is the perfect game to have a start like that. Even though KFO had gone for the kill on Zig, he didn't quite get it. Zig's going to want to outscale. He's got his ultimate now and can provide even more pressure, as Phoenix1 already unlocking the map a little bit with the second turret of the game.
And of course that does give them space around that Drake, and they're actually pinging there now. They may have spotted Hard, and now they know he's there as Zig.
They've definitely spotted him now.
Gonna put the barrel down. Oh, Zig
can't even deal with Zig, actually.
Doesn't quite connect it. Hard's actually tanking damage, trying to auto down the kegs. Gets his way barely out of there, but that should be free Drake over to Phoenix1.
Yep. Drake for small Krug. Also, he was able to steal the red buff on the way, but that's another one of those things, is I think Hard fell so far behind in CS in the first game, he's kind of been in this mode of like, I have to farm. I can't fall behind. But that is allowing Inori to just take over the map. Inori can gank as much as he wants. He knows Hard isn't going to be there for counter ganks, and it's been easy for him so far in this game, and Inori is just continuing to keep the pressure. has a pretty big lead.
And I like this little swap here from Phoenix1. They're going to take what's sort of turned into an uneven-looking lane swap. Give Mash and Gate the safe farm there versus KFO, who is kind of already starting to win the 1v1. Zig's getting a huge wave bounce towards him. And P1 have control with taliyah and Elise. It's a really nice little creative way to play your mid game.
It's huge because a lot of times you're punished if you're freezing a lane like this, but like what is Echo Fox going to do to punish right now? They don't have the waves prepped. They don't have vision control in any jungles. Everyone's recalled. Like, this is the perfect time to freeze.
And Zig does need to play catch-up, as KFO actually opened up a 30 CS lead, which is pretty healthy. Zig barely missing the extra money on that creep, but again, just trying to hold his wave here for as long as possible. Echo Fox big, gonna get himself caught. Pirean almost takes him out in one little combo. Pinkwood is gonna fall there. Oh, GP ulti! Thunderlord's not enough for big, and he will flash out to safety.
That is one thing that Gangplank always threatens soraka with, is soraka gets so low by healing, or even just apparently by getting hit by Pirean, that the Gangplank ult can finish only level 4, as they were lower on experience because of lane swap, and then pushed off the turret. But when someone's level 9 and they're picking on a level 4, it's not good to be level 4.
No freeze allowed here in top lane either. KFO going to burn the ultimate. Is this tier 2 starting to take some damage? Pirean making his way over. KFO actually stunned under the turret gate. They're going to get himself silent. Going to turn around, but he flashes out.
Whew. Real close to being a kill for Echo Fox on the overdrive, and also real close for Phoenix1 to being that kill while they were taking down the turret. But they walk away, turret's defended, and Keith is actually doing his best to break the freeze. This could mean our first Rift Herald of the series.
Yep, Rift Herald actually finally getting some attention. Inori,
although it'll go to Inori,
would be the one to collect it, which definitely suits the way Phoenix1 like to play around their big jungler.
True, he likes to get a lot of solo kills as well. That'll increase his burst, as the spider will lie in wait in the jungle.
And there we go. Inori going to go collect it. Should make jungling even easier for Elise. In fact, they're back on a KFO potentially.
Yeah, I mean, they pushed him a little bit low before, but he's gone to recall. They're hoping for a lot of burst.
Repel down. There's the ulti from Mash. Little too much.
The thought was nice.
Ambitious.
Yeah, definitely ambitious. They're just maintaining control of this side of the jungle because they know Hard is on the other side doing the same. However, Zig will be free to farm since actually Lucian and Soraka are moving over. Zig won't know that yet, so he's got to be a little bit cautious.
Free money always nice for Gangplank as well. As he catches up in CS, Zig should close that gold gap very quickly. And in fact, now starting to break the freeze. I think Phoenix1 going to call and change in the play. And looks like Inori also stole the blue buff. Been a real jerk this game.
Yeah, and even though the CS is different by 18 in the top lane, it's actually Zig with a gold lead over KFO. Both from Gangplank just getting gold from good parlays and also from the turret advantage that Phoenix1 has.
Looking good so far as Pirean already finished up Merlin Omicron. Froggen actually the same. Mid lane farm's been healthy and close as Gangplank going to clear out a wave in the top lane here. That'll stop any sort of push there, and looks like Zig going to go back to that top area to try and collect some more farm. Phoenix1 happy to try and shove down maybe some more turrets as Mash is already working on a minion wave moving in towards that bottom lane turret.
And I would say Echo Fox is in a precarious position right now because they know Zig's Gangplank is going to scale tremendously well. They know Mash is going to scale tremendously well. And they know Inori is going to get into some really good map control moves pretty soon. So Echo Fox wants to try and make moves, but they don't necessarily have the means to do so.
I think right now just kind of stuck playing thumb. Let's see if Phoenix1 get a little too over-aggressive. Almost did so in that top lane. Dive onto KFO, but managed to get out from it. Getting Mash lying in wait though, but no one's taking the bait this time. And Phoenix1 with Infernal Drake up in a minute 25. Gonna look to put their pressure down and probably move back for that Drake.
Yeah, the Dragon control just hasn't been there for Echo Fox this series as it was against Team Liquid Academy, and the pressure is just relentless for Phoenix1. They really want back in the
they're going
LCS.
in for a dive actually. Keith needs one more order. There's the stun in. Gate combos it with the ultimate, but KFO's here. That'll be the turret though. Phoenix1 getting nice and aggressive.
Yeah, Pirean has to flash because Froggen had ghosted. That's a good summoner trade in the mid lane, but the trade on the map is well in favor of Phoenix1, and they just seem to be playing better and better as this series progresses. They close the regular season strong, and they're looking to you know, be the favorites that play like the favorites they are heading into this promotion tournament, and it could be a 3-0 for them if they keep this up.
Certainly looking good so far. 3,000 gold ahead already, and that is a significant lead. 14 minutes in. Pirean now going to make his way back. See what he has potentially cooked up in the item store. And there's Zig actually with the Trinity Force already completed. Is matched by KFO, but Gangplank going to keep on scaling. Probably a little weak right now, but that's not going to last too much longer.
If KFO gets Zig in the right spot, he can very easily still kill him. Like, Aurelia's damage when Trinity Force is completed is pretty insane.
So Froggen is under threat though, as Mash and Gate have turned their attention to yet another turret. This time it's the mid lane outer.
Yeah, and can they catch a bunch of harass onto Big, who's still just level 5, not even a Soraka ultimate. So if Phoenix1 can get a team fight into the Dragon area, that might be what they're looking for. Got to be careful not to get poked out though by Froggen.
Froggen does do good damage. Mash, yep, respects it. Gate actually taking that next bit of poke. Infernal Drake is up, so P1 looking to try and push something forward here in this section of the map. But not the safest time right now.
4 pink wards in inventory for Phoenix1, so they definitely want to do a little bit of prep. Zig getting jumped on. He's in a little bit of trouble.
Bounces the barrel around. He's got the flash, but Scarecrow's just going to run him down. Very effortless solo kill.
Nice job, KFO. Zig up too far, we said, with the Trinity Forces. KFO also had the Corruption Potion ticking. Keith, he might not want to be here.
Doesn't look good. He does have his summoners, dashes out away. Gate going to miss the Winter's Bite. Cocoon nails him, though. Mash gets another back.
1 kill for the other. This one, though, for Keith was just greatly outnumbered, and the ward control was not there for him to be in that spot. So maybe they push mid. They still have the gangplank down. It's a couple seconds.
Oh, hard alley-oop. Pirean doesn't make his way in, but Froggen going to lock him down with the ultimate hard. Able to get a simple kill there.
There we go. But will the fight be continued by Phoenix1? It is a bit of a back and forth right now as Echo Fox is trying to make their way back into the game.
Got to be careful. Zig is back up with the ultimate ready. Both top laners have their teleport as well, but Phoenix1 is going to clear this out. And they might get the Infernal Drake as it's all said and done. Echo Fox with some nice little pressure to get themselves kills, but P1 might get the big prize.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice play.
That was a great play.
By Echo Fox, though. Hard finally getting a little bit aggressive, alley-ooping him to Froggen. But because of the kill onto Keith and the resources burned mid lane by Echo Fox, it does mean the Infernal Drake falls over Phoenix1.
Hard is definitely kind of stepping things up on the Gragas, making more plays, but feels like he wanted to visit mid lane a little more here. It's very easy to set it up with the malzahar. We heard it from Zareen on the desk. Phoenix1, I mean, it's not like Echo Fox are playing worse as the series goes on, but Phoenix1 definitely kind of keeping up, making sure they refine their play over the series.
Yeah.
And Echo Fox may just kind of get run out in this game.
I mean, the big difference here is the fact that Mash has such a huge CS advantage over Keith. A lot of that has been from the lane swap and then from some timely ganks. To speak, though, to your point about Hard, this is his best game when compared to Inori, but that is also because they sacrificed some of their bans to protect him. They threw 2 bans at Inori, left up the jungler that Inori doesn't necessarily play and is still one of Hard's main champions, and he is doing well, which is what you expect, but the question will be whether or not Zig can be huge in the late game with the gangplank pick falling over, or whether or not the sivir value is worth it with how Mash was able to control that pick once again.
We'll have to see if they can kind of carry it forward here in the series. P1 still up about 2,500 gold, but the snowballs kind of stopped rolling for the time being. Inori clearing out his wolves. Echo Fox again still trying to play up and get vision down, which is nice play here in the P1 blue side jungle. Definitely want to protect Pirean if you can, but Zig waiting in the wings, setting up some barrels. This could be a little too far forward. Hard gets himself slowed. Does take some damage, but Zig not too strong just yet.
No, definitely not. It's going to take him a little bit longer to be relevant. Also, he can't really stay close to KFO, who is going with the more damaging build to make sure he can keep his dueling up. Couple fights going on here. Gangplank's getting gone for, so is Froggen.
Yeah, Tower stopped that passive. There's the GP ulti, going to slow down Froggen. Cocoon gets him on the tail end of it, and Pirean surfs down to collect it.
Oh, now Big is sectioned off from the rest of his team.
Oh, barrel. Oh, it gets cancelled out. Very nice auto. Now they're chasing onto Zig. KFO going to join in with the teleport, but they're going to tower dive Zig. He's dead as Keith manages to get him.
Oh, it's not over yet, though. Phoenix1 flanking.
The P1 here. Big gets locked up by the Cocoon. He's going to get stunned out forever. Gets the ulti down, but it's not enough to save him. Mash taking fire, but KFO goes down.
Really bold teleport from KFO there, thinking they could turn that one when Froggen was already down. Even if they're able to catch Zig, they might be done for.
Still not done. Oh, God. Pirean.
Oh. near ace, the only person who's able to escape his heart. So that completely goes in the favor of Phoenix1. And they're one step closer to the LCS.
Insult to injury is starting to get added as this turret's going to fall as well. Phoenix1 just really opening up this game. Every time we think Echo Fox have it under control, P1 proved it. This time, that's not the case.
Yeah, Froggen just not fast enough to get away at the very start of that one and flashes in a straight line to try and get away from Inori. Inori's sped up by On the Hunt. Gangplank ultimate slows him down. Cocoon catches him pretty much at the max range, and then Pirean comes in too. They might have even gotten that if the Cocoon didn't land, but then, you know, Echo Fox was going to be cut off, so they only had one option, that was forward. They go straight for Zig, they get him, but that puts them within the turret, and it also means Hard is way out of the fight. So even with the teleport, it's still a 3v4, which is pretty easy for Phoenix1 to win. Pirean jumps in, gets a bunch of damage, very easy for them to close down those kills on Echo Fox, and then even Keith falls down. Look at that. Boots of mobility kicking in from gate, flash, tags him, flash, finishes him off.
Only one Cloud Drake, but enough there, I think, maybe to get them over the line as well. Very well played by Phoenix1. Then have 4,000 gold in the lead, broken 4 turrets to Echo Fox's 2, and they're not done.
Go for more.
Hard now. Oh, good ulti, but it's not enough. Mash actually spell shields it, and now Pirean gonna try and cut him off. Seismic shove, not there. Hard actually flashing the wall to safety.
Eventually they stop their move, that, or do they?
No,
oh
Keith
no.
back again. Oh no, Zig, I think gets him actually with a first part of the ulti, and now Inori going in, they're diving for Big. Bruno belts in onto Big and takes him out under the turret. Hard now going to get CC'd up as well. Matt going to chase him in as Gates taking it up. Inori gets a double kill. This is just getting disastrous.
Phoenix1 is just taking it to him, like you said, over and over again. That fight started in the mid lane and ended at the second tier turret. And when I say fight, I mean Phoenix1 just killing Echo Fox as they chase them around the map. Baron's up, 21 minutes in. Echo Fox has 3 down. Their solo laners are off in their lanes. KFO has no teleport. This is probably a pretty easy Baron for Phoenix1.
Phoenix1 with the spring split in their sights, looking to take a 3-0 sweep and book their place back in the NALCS. Froggen does get a turret in trade, so an important one there at that in mid lane, but Phoenix1 with the Baron, a monumental gold lead, and KFO digging real hard, trying to put the hard work in, but I'm not sure he's even going to get this.
I mean, he's trying to get to a point where he's able to solo Zig and draw the attention of multiple people. The problem is, even if he draws the attention of multiple people, the rest of Echo Fox isn't strong enough. This is one of the problems that has plagued Echo Fox the entire split. KFO can get pretty strong, but they just don't seem to have the cohesion to make these work. And this was after Echo Fox has already escaped. Keith ducks his nose in where he really shouldn't have been looking. Hard was jungling, gets caught out. Big, taken down. And then Hard just can't seem to get away. The stun from the Braum, the CC chain from the Elise, who has tremendous burst with the Sorcerer Shoes and the Proto Belt. And during the replay, they're even able to take mid-turn.
Yep. Baron helping out there as P1 claim 5 turrets now to the 3 of Echo Fox. I noticed they need to see Large Rod in Inori's inventory as well. Looks like a Rylas because he's got a Ruby Crystal, but just continuing that slew of aggression.
It's a pretty standard build for Elise in solo queue and kind of competitive, but Inori, he plays this game like he doesn't care, and this is the way you do it because it gives you one-shot threat on almost anyone. Like the Proto Belt, Runic Echo's burst, especially when you add in an ADC Large Rod with somatic penetration, is insane, and he's going to continue to threaten Froggen, KFO, Keith, Big, all those guys with this aggressive build.
We've talked about the refinement here from Phoenix1. Inori's had one hell of a series, but it feels like the rest of the team really playing up as well. Pirean refining that play, been much more on point, moving around the map with his ultimate smash. Had a absolutely huge landing phase, actually 50 CS clear of Keith and counting as Echo Fox well up against the ropes. Phoenix1 looking to try and close in for something here top lane.
Yeah, and you say how Phoenix1 is trending upwards, is also Echo Fox trending downwards a little bit. A lot of those kills that Phoenix1 has been able to pick up has been Keith looking where he shouldn't, or KFO being on the wrong side of the map.
Not safe here. Hard knows it. Gets his way out with a body slam, but Phoenix1, I think, is taking what looks like 3 turrets at this stage of the game because that tier 2 is not defensible. Yeah,
they already have the Baron, and they have tremendous turret diving tools when you combine the Elise with the gangplank ultimate and even the Braum. So look for this pressure to stay up. KFO, he's not that great of a team fighter. He hasn't built the team fighting build at all. He's fully a squishy irelia who's just looking to duel Zig.
Oh no. Hard tag by a Cocoon, and Ori Proto Belt's in. Silence down, might be enough. Ulti there from Froggen, but Gate. Oh, he doesn't cancel it. But now Pirean's over the wall. Hard actually going to go down to Mash. And now TP in from Zeke. P1 charge forward.
Inori didn't even die during that, despite the ultimate from Gate not interrupting Froggen, so it was a misfire from Phoenix1, but they get the fight, and they're looking for more.
Certainly are. They get one top inhibitor. Might even push in for a little bit extra. Froggen.
This is ambitious.
Good bit of AoE. They want at least one Nexus turret. They are going to get it almost. Not quite
really
enough.
ambitious. This is
KFO
dangerous.
needs to make a big play, but he gets blown to pieces. Gate, not even dead. He barely dies on the back end of Keith. There's Inori finally going down to Froggen. P1 almost made that work.
The Malefic Visions transferred from Gate to Inori, which gave Froggen a kill, but it was definitely an overstay from Phoenix1. They'd taken a huge advantage. KFO is back. We got to see exactly why KFO hasn't been team fighting, because his build will get blown up the instant he tries to go in, but it was enough damage to at least give Echo Fox a slightly positive trade at the very end of a pretty battle.
They get some gold, but P1 have a huge advantage in this potential final game. 9K up as Phoenix1 look to sweep the series. We'll watch this again, though.
Yeah, Hard was looking for a flank initiation, couldn't quite find it. Inori takes a bunch of damage, but he's able to just go up into the air. No one can take him down. Mash finishes off Hard, and then because they have the Baron buff, they just get to continue. Pirean goes for the burst onto Keith, can't quite get it, and I think if they killed Keith, yeah, sure, go and continue the fight, but they're pretty low right now. They've used most of their initiation, and KFO is going to be back in base with Home Guard while Inori's really low, especially after they eat that silence. Just back away, Phoenix1. They were really feeling good. They eat another silence. Keith gets a bunch of damage. KFO, though, is really blown up, doesn't even get hit by the taliyah knockback, but as you can see, Gate flashes into Inori with the Malefic Visions. Traitor!
Feels bad, man. Well, good little kills there from Echo Fox. They'll take what goal they can get at this stage. But Phoenix1 not deterred. That's a nice thing when you're insanely far ahead in a game. You can afford to make a couple of mistakes, and Phoenix1 certainly made some there, but not going to cost them too much here. KFO with his TP still, going to be back on the split push train for as long as possible, but he's got super minions to deal with now, which is not too easy to flush out of the top lane.
And it's an incredibly early Infinity Edge from Mash as well. Phoenix1 is really, really strong right now. Plus, Baron buff lasts a pretty long time. I believe they did just lose it, so they won't be able to push with it, but it doesn't mean they can't get a little bit aggressive here.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Gets Froggen's passive. Not his first time playing gangplank, I believe.
Yeah, he's getting comfortable. Throwing those barrels around, getting huge amounts of CS. Only 27 minutes in on gangplank though, so still no giant rush. It's a little hard to push in against the Malzahar and the Lucian. Probably going to have to draw Echo Fox out for an objective if they do want to close out this series.
Baron up in 110, Ocean Drake up in a minute 30 or so, so certainly room for P1 to play around in, but if they find a strike, like Hard, eats himself Cocoon, barreled in by Zig. Again, they'll just poke in here, no need to go too crazy, although Mash is playing up, trying to get some pot shots under the turret.
Even with all that poke, they get one hit on the turret, so you can see that's pretty difficult to crack. If they really want to go in for a bunch of damage, they can lay down the gangplank ultimate on the turret to try and push them back. But with those timers on Baron, 45 seconds, Ocean Drake 110, you wouldn't think they'd try it, although they are feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, we're top lane. Inori, Protobots forward. Hello. Gets
How much
again.
poke can we get?
Inori going in for it, and this is a little bit better. Does tag the turret with the Riptile buff, actually, that he still had.
Yeah, gets a little bit more. This is trending upwards. They still have the Gangplank ultimate. They got the Gragas ultimate, which really diminishes any initiation Echo Fox would have had. Now they can even go back to a little bit of split pushing. Uh-oh.
Zig may be caught. I think the rest of his team's there, though, so not really. Does take a good chunk of damage, but still the ultimate at the ready. He's level 16, P1 charge in. They'll break the center of the base. Take this in here as well. Echo Fox are running out of time to defend.
Beautiful little back and forth and great patience displayed by Phoenix1, chipping away at the turret, baiting the spells out of Echo Fox until they couldn't initiate, and saving their own big initiation spells as well. So when they wanted to make the final push on the turret, they would have the Gangplank ultimate.
Down. Oh, they spotted him.
Back.
Oh, Hard! Oh my God. Gets destroyed.
And that, like, you can blame that on Hard if you want, but the team just has no vision tools. And you can see they have 2 blue trinkets off cooldown that need to be used to scout that up. They were thinking the Baron was being taken. Now it's being taken for sure because the jungler is down.
Well, it's dead. So Phoenix1 able to get themselves a another Baron buff in this game and look to try and close things out. There are 3 turrets left for Echo Fox here in this game. Phoenix1, just 2 Nexus turrets and a Nexus away from claiming this final game, the sweep, and most importantly, their entrance back into the North American LCS for the start of 2017. And once again, we saw it before, like triple QSS, Froggen's having a real bad day.
He really is. And this is also got to feel really good for Phoenix1 because they have had so much adversity throughout this split. Their rotating roster at the very start of the year, they couldn't get Inori in until 6 or 8 games into the split. But then in their second half, they were legitimately competing, and if they were able to have 2 splits like they did the second half of the split, like they would have been a playoff team. So the fact that if they can close this game out and get back into the LCS, that has to be very promising for these guys as they look towards the future.
Ooh, maybe catch her into Zig. Ulti not quite connecting for Har, but KFO still going in for the damage. Zig will fall down. The ultimate's burnt in, but they've got KFO. They actually will catch him. And Pirean going to get a trade back there.
Yeah, they have to close it out, though, right? They can't be sloppy with the way they go for it.
Oh my God, Keith! Dealing so much damage. Mash lives as well as he flashes out the wall. Froggen just can't lock him down. Mash can have turret, stand and fight. Big not going to go down, but P1 just playing a little reckless at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, Inori wants to go in. They are down in
shot
80
back
carry.
in on the Big. Damage is there. Big is going to fall. Still up though for P1 despite the sloppiness.
Yeah, they're going to continue this push. Gate, Pirean, Inori, just Froggen and Hard on the other side. That could be the 3rd inhibitor broken open.
Froggen's got no ulti, so it's going to be a little tricky. Hard doesn't either. And these super minions might just do the work for them. Baron still on them for 1:30. Phoenix1 can maybe just guide the minions onto victory here.
They would really love to, but the death timers are coming up. I think Phoenix1 is going to have to wait another push until they are officially back in the LCS. And we've seen games turn at this point as well. Phoenix1 has to make sure they are clean. Stuff like this can't happen. Hard, this is what he was trying to do a lot of times when he gets caught. He tries to sneak behind the team because that's the only way Echo Fox actually gets a fight. Gangplank ultimate comes in though. KFO is already committed. That's 1 kill. Then you can see Mash sees an opportunity. He goes right in for Keith as Keith goes in for him. Froggen gets the ultimate, but he has to cancel it a little bit early. The rest of Phoenix1 then decide to go. Keith over aggressive. Big, not able to support with the exhaust in time. And then it's just Inori and Pirean trying to fly in. They got to be very careful though. That inhibitor defending turret does a lot of damage. They get the kill on a Big though, and that allows them to push in for another inhibitor.
Yeah, top inhib did actually respawn as well. So that is up and available for Echo Fox, but still down 2 inhibs here as Phoenix1 looking to mount that pressure forward. Elder Dragon's up in a couple minutes, but probably not going to get that far if Phoenix1 have their way. Echo Fox looking to try and hold on. It looks like a pretty desperate situation, but like you said, it has happened before. We kind of set it up in game 1 and it almost turned all the way around. Echo Fox still holding on here, not done yet.
Definitely not. They're trying to hide in the jungle. It was really good that Hard had the Raptor buff, so at least he knows when he's been spotted. That means you can't flank. They have to go back into their base, which makes it really difficult with 2 inhibitors down. KFO's waiting with the teleport. They're still going to try flank. This is the last fight for Echo Fox.
Yep, Hard actually still around the side as well. P1 needs to group back together. They may have spotted the gragas, so they are going to go in for it. Pirean with a nice wall cuts them off, but a great ult there. Actually takes Pirean out. Keith is able to escape as well, but now KFO's cut off from the rest of his team. He is going to fall, but he does have Guardian Angel. Echo Fox, do they try and save their teammate? They can't. It's a 1-for-1 trade. It's actually a 1-for-2 trade. Yeah. Hard died as well.
Getting Pirean is good, but I don't know if that's going to dissuade this push. That's a bunch of super minions in. Only a few people for Echo Fox, and Keith gets caught.
Oh, Keith does get caught out there. Will go down. Phoenix1 gonna push through and sweep the series. Nexus wide open as P1 fight their way back in 3 straight games. They'll slay Froggen just to put the cherry on top. And welcome back, Phoenix1. Glad to have you.
They did it. They had a super strong end to the regular season.